Hey everyone, it's Donna. Let's talk about something that can either make or break your entire week. Business meetings. You know the ones. Well, today, we're going to learn how to turn those absolute time wasters into powerful, productive sessions that actually move the needle. I mean, seriously, just think about it. How many hours of your life have you lost sitting in a meeting that felt like it was going absolutely nowhere? You're just watching the clock tick, thinking, this totally could have been an email. Yeah, we've all been there. If that quote hits a little too close to home, then you are definitely in the right place. That feeling of frustration, it's exactly why we need to get this right. I'm Donna, and in this explainer, I'm going to give you 7 super practical steps to make you a meeting master. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the preparation playbook. That's all the stuff you do before the meeting even starts. Then we'll dive into flawless meeting execution. After that, we'll cover the critical follow-up, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with your meeting master plan. Ready? Let's do this. You know, this secret to a fantastic meeting, it actually starts way before anyone even walks into the room or hops on the call. This is where you lay the groundwork for success. Get this part right, and you're already halfway there. For your prep work, there are 3 rules that are totally non-negotiable. First, you need a clear agenda. Second, you gotta have a tight guest list. And third, you must have a strict schedule. Let's break down exactly why each of these is so important. Okay, think of an agenda as the blueprint for your meeting. And no, it's not just a lazy list of topics. It's a real plan that tells everybody what you're gonna discuss in what order, and most importantly, why it matters. When you send this out ahead of time, your team shows up ready to contribute, and it stops the conversation from going completely off the rails. My rule is simple. No agenda, no meeting. Period. Look, it can feel really inclusive to invite, the entire department to a meeting. But here's the truth. More people usually just means fewer decisions get made. Your goal here is efficiency, right? So you should only invite the people who are absolutely essential to making the decisions on the agenda. A smaller, focused group is always going to move faster and be more effective. This one is just about basic respect. When you start and end your meetings on time, you are sending a really powerful message. You value everyone's time as much as your own. Honestly, sticking to the clock is a huge sign of strong leadership, and it trains your entire team to be punctual and prepared every single time. Okay, so you've done the prep work. Now let's talk about what happens during the meeting itself. Once that clock starts, your job is to steer the ship, keep the conversation on track, and maintain focus. This is where all that preparation really starts to pay off. So while the meeting is happening, you've got 3 main jobs. 1, assign clear roles so everyone feels accountable. 2, get rid of all the distractions to keep everyone focused. And 3, actively encourage people to participate so you get the best ideas out on the table. Every single meeting needs at least 3 key roles. You need a leader, that's the person guiding the agenda. You need a note taker, who's writing down the key decisions and action items. And you need a timekeeper who politely keeps everyone on schedule. Trust me, when people have a specific job to do, they are way more invested in making the meeting a success. The number 1 enemy of a productive meeting? Distractions. It's so easy to lose focus, so you've got to create a focused space with one simple rule. Phones down, and any browser tabs that aren't for the meeting, close them. This makes sure everyone is actually there, mentally. But what if the biggest distraction in your life is the job itself? If bad meetings are just one symptom of a role you've totally outgrown, it might be time for a change. And if you are thinking about making a move, I have to tell you about our sponsor, mobilecv.ai. It's this incredible AI tool that can take your LinkedIn profile or pretty much any document and turn it into a professional interview-winning resume in under a minute. So here's a tough pill to swallow about the modern job search. A whopping 75% of resumes get automatically thrown out by these applicant tracking systems, the ATS bots, before a real human being even lays eyes on them. It's crazy, right? Well, mobilecv.ai uses these perfectly formatted ATS-optimized templates to make sure your resume sails right past those bots and lands directly in the hands of a recruiter. And unlike those super expensive resume writers or the sites that lock you into a monthly subscription, mobilecv.ai is just pay per use. Plus, you get 3 free credits right at the start, no credit card needed. It's honestly the smartest and fastest way to get your resume ready. Okay, now let's get back to making your current meetings awesome with our last couple of tips. A great meeting is a conversation, not a lecture. If you're leading it, it's your job to draw people out. You can do this by asking open-ended questions. And this is key, directly inviting your quieter team members to share what they're thinking. Getting all those different perspectives on the table is how you make smarter, more innovative decisions.
All right, you did it. You made it through the meeting. But listen, the work is not over yet. This last phase is, I would argue, the most important one of all, because this is where all that talk turns into actual action.
Here's the deal. A meeting without a follow-up is just a nice chat. So within 24 hours, the note-taker needs to send out a short, clear summary. This email has to include the key decisions that were made and, most importantly, the action items. Who is doing what and by when. This creates total clarity and holds everyone accountable. And there you have it. That is your complete 7-step plan to absolutely master any meeting you run. Let's do a super quick recap of the whole playbook. So, remember these 7 steps. You prepare with a clear agenda, a limited guest list, and a strict schedule. You execute by assigning roles, killing distractions, and encouraging participation. And you finish strong by always following up with clear next steps. That's it. That is your formula for success. By following these rules, I promise you, you can stop dreading your calendar and start using meetings as the powerful tools they are meant to be. But now I want to hear from you. What's the one rule you would add for an amazing meeting? Drop it in the comments. Thanks so much for tuning in.